And hello everyone! It is RosinQuartz here and welcome to another speed build by yours truly. So today we are going to be working on a Bachelor pad, which I'm really excited about. This one is a long time coming. Oh my goodness. I had computer issues and I couldn't get this. I had to redo this entire build just because of the fact that for some reason the original one didn't want to go on the gallery, and so I had to completely redo it. Not to mention, again, like I said, I had PC issues, so basically my computer just crapped out when I was building this and I couldn't complete it. So I'm working on another computer right now, and I had to reinstall all my sim stuff and reinstall all my recording stuff just so I could be able to do it on there. And it was, let me tell you, it was a struggle. And not to mention, I got sick on Monday due to like a million little factors and things like that. And basically, I was just a mess. There was no way that I could do recording for you guys yesterday and have it up for Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule, like I always try to do, but then there's something that happens, but hopefully I can start being able to be a little bit more reliable about that. Even though I'm still a little bit of like a new channel, I still want to do a regular schedule just for like my own sake, and also just so I can have a schedule. But yeah, so it's gonna be fine. Hopefully for this week, I actually have oh, excuse me. That's what happens when you drink iced tea just before you build. But I do have build. What am I talking about? Before I do a voiceover. But yeah, I actually have not two builds, a two-part build that I plan to do this week. I actually just finished the first build, the first part of the build. There we go. The first part of the build today. That one should be about, I think, about a 17-minute video, just because it's going to be a big one. I'm doing a bit of a mansion and I have not even started the inside yet, but hopefully by Friday, when I have the interior, I'll have the interior done and I'll have a voiceover and everything completely done for you guys. But I'm really excited about that build, and I'm happy this build that you're seeing right now is done because this one just took me forever, and I think the biggest struggle was me trying to remember like what I did in the original build. I knew that I used like these certain sort of textures, and I know what kind of things that I'm thinking when I build. For example, like when I have really tall, like, see that like thing that goes over the door in the balcony. I knew that I used the a paneling that goes up, and because it makes it look longer and stuff like that, and I knew I used that, but for colors I couldn't remember, and then for windows I couldn't remember either, so I had to like completely like rethink how I was doing this build. But it all worked out. Even though it looks kind of funny on the gallery, just because this lot, I actually didn't know until I uploaded to the gallery. I thought that the lot started on the side that I am on right now versus the other side. But this was the only lot that I could find that was like really long without having to take get a really huge lot. So it kind of looks hideous in the gallery, and but that's all right. And yeah, I actually remembered to put in a mailbox for this one. I actually remembered to put an outdoor trash bin and an indoor trash bin, which is a miracle. I'd always forget those things. I don't know why. It doesn't cross my mind when I'm building to put those things in. But it all worked out. Everything is in this build. I think the only thing that I did forget about is to put trees in. So I did do some landscaping, but I didn't put any trees in. So I think the lot looks a little bit bare, but you can totally throw some trees in when you get this build. So, but it looks fine without the trees anyways. But yeah, so how are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing really well. I hope you guys are having a great summer so far. It has actually been pretty hot here. It's actually cooled down. It was the last time I uploaded builds, I think it was like 30 above, and now it's gone to down to about like 23. So it's really really nice in here. We do have all our fans on, but yeah, it's pretty nice. So now we're moving into the interior, and so yeah, there was a little bit of issues when I like moved down those when I put down those windows, not those windows. What am I saying? Those walls, and because it made it into like one big room, so the foundation really screwed up, and I actually ended up like covering it up with hedges, so you can't really see unless you're looking for it. And I'm sure that now that you guys are watching, you guys are going to be looking for it, because I know I do when I watch builds. But yeah, so this is actually a really cool build that I did. It's very dark. It's very very nice. I had a lot of fun doing it. I think that like it turned out a lot nicer than I expected it to in the end, especially with the screenshots that you'll see. I think that it looks a little bit bare in the little seating area when you first walk in, but the other parts of the house I think are super, super nice. And yeah, so I made the living space actually as like I don't know what you would call it. There's a word for it when you have a split level. There we go, split level. I was trying to think of what this was called for the longest time, and it's a split level. And yeah, I thought I would do a split level just to kind of shake things up a little bit, so it's not just this like really flat kind of space. And I think it looks like really nice in the end, and I think that it was a kind of a good decision on my part. And I think it really divides the space up nicely, and yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. And so I have that little like middle section as where the island's gonna be, and I throw in like some cupboards, and I throw in two ovens because that's just what I do. I like having the double ovens. I think it always looks really cool. I don't think it's like a necessity when you actually like play, but I think it looks pretty awesome just in the way that a build works. And yeah, so there's nothing like too much I can really say about this kitchen. I don't know what else to say. But yeah, I think I already said that. I asked how you guys were doing. I hope you guys are having like a great summer and stuff like that. But I've been doing all right. I had a few like issues sort of with again, like I said before, my PC, and thankfully I got it all sorted out because I was I think like after I uploaded my last video and I started working on the original version of this one, and my computer that I was working on just couldn't handle like recording and trying to build at the same time. It was totally fine, like playing. It can play my games really well, but for some reason, I think just because I don't have a heavy graphics card or anything like that, it just couldn't handle having two like multitasking, and which is a little unfortunate. But I can still play like games on it just fine, but I can't like record on it. So it really sucked. Honestly, I was so upset and disappointed because I thought that I just started doing a YouTube channel, and this is something that I've really wanted to do for a long time, but it just took. I don't want to say like it took a lot of courage, but on some level it did. Like I always felt kind of like I always felt like I could never like start a YouTube channel because I thought that like I don't want to say like I wasn't good enough to maybe like do one, but I never felt like I could. I don't know really how to like explain it. And so when I finally started one, which even though I only have like at the moment I think only have like 5 videos up, it still felt like I started something and then now I can't complete it. But thankfully my parents have really helped me out, and I'm able to work on another PC now, and for that I'm really thankful. But yeah, so I was able to build this one on my new PC, and I say new, but it's literally one that I share with my parents. I haven't used like one of their computers in such a long time, but I guess like they were they're good to me. They're good to me about it. So, yeah, just finished decorating the living room here, and yeah. So I've got a lot of plans for this week. I'm really excited about the builds that I'm going to be doing, and there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to be doing this month, primarily just in my personal time. I plan on visiting Toronto this upcoming month, just to visit some friends, and nothing too special, but and I plan to get my do driving lessons this month, and then hopefully have my G2 license by the end of summer, which should be really exciting because I really need to learn how to drive. I actually live a little bit outside of town, so basically no buses get to my house, and not to mention it, I would have to walk a highway to get to the nearest well, basically to get into the city, and I think like it's a 20-minute drive to get into the city, so I don't even want to know what it would be like walking. So I think there's like a quicker way to get into the city, but you'd have to cross a highway to do like a big highway. Like we're talking like I think it's like I don't know what highway it is, but it's like a 4-lane highway and it just won't work. I will not be able to do it. But yeah, so I'm glad it all ended up working out just fine, and I was able to build this one for you, and I'm able to build the big build, the huge build that I'm doing this week for you guys. That's going to be a two-parter video. I don't know if I already said that. I can't remember. I'm still I'm feeling better, but I'm still a little bit sick. So I'm kind of like not particularly sure what I have said and what I haven't said, but it's fine. Oh my goodness, I've been talking for like 12 minutes. I'm not even really sure what else to say. But yeah, so right now we're working on the bathroom actually. And I think this may be one of my favorite bathrooms I've done in quite a while, just because I tend to just do these like really simple bathrooms, and this time I decided to use the subway tile, and I love, 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 love subway tile, even in like actual real life. I love subway tile. I think it looks really nice, and I know for some people it reminds them of like elementary school and stuff like that, but I don't know if they've ever been to a public education place. Like the bathrooms, like I remember I think like my high school, we had like blue tiled walls, and then my elementary school, because it was like a pink and blue theme, it the bathroom tiles I think were like bright pink or something like that, or unless it was just the girls' bathroom, but I don't know. Um, I don't know. So when I think of so when people call like subway tile ugly, I'm just like, or it looks like elementary school or like high school, like bathrooms and stuff like that, I'm just like, what are you talking about? It looks nice, but not to fight. So right now I'm moving on to the upstairs, and I really didn't know what to do with this upstairs. I wanted to make this a loft originally, so that see that area where like I'm blocking out at the end. I was planning on like having that all gone except for that long rectangle space. But then I thought it would be really weird because the bathroom's at the end of the hall there, and it would be really bizarre. So I decided against it, not to do that. And then I was like, I don't know what I want to do with the rest of the upstairs. And I had this sort of idea to do this huge open concept bedroom, but I really didn't know what to do in that back bedroom. Because I didn't want to do another bedroom. I did not want to do a guest bedroom or anything like that. I thought about it at first, and that's why I was kind of making out like a small bathroom kind of thing there first. But then I was like, okay, no, this isn't gonna work. So in the end, I just make it a gym. I didn't do anything like too exciting with the gym. I put a lot more detail into the rest of the house than the gym. I saw it more as like a free space so that you could do whatever you wanted with it. So if you wanted to have a roommate in there, you could, or if you did want to make it a guest bedroom, you could as well. Or you can make it into anything else. I couldn't exactly think of like an idea of what I want to do in that room, but yeah. So yeah, this room, I think like it's actually a pretty awesome room. Like I think I would never have this in real life, just because I'm one of those people who like who goes to bed at like 11 every night, and I'm out by like 11:30, and then I get up at like 9 o'clock, and I'm ready for the day. So I'm not really like the partying type like that I wanted this sort of house to be. When I thought about this space, I was this house and the space of the upstairs, I was thinking that this is going to be a chill pad, that this is going to be a space where you could have a lot of people over and you could have a lot of places to hang out and relax. And I throw in a little office kind of desk, office in there too, slash like game room. I kind of had it like a little bit inspired by like, how like when you see like those a movie like American movies about like 1980s businessmen. That's what I was trying to get in this in this office. There's like the I originally thought about putting that like gamepad in to replicate like how they always play like mini golf or something in their office, but I decided against it and just have like the little like game card thing and then the little like game table, and I had a little seating area right there, and I put little seats in front of the desk and stuff like that. And just because, again, I was thinking this is like chill pad. This is where all the dudes come and hang out and have fun. And it's not too much of a big deal to have people hanging out in the space. And yeah. So I throw up quite a few like business posters, because when I think of like dude spaces, I think like business. I don't know why. Maybe because like I don't know. Maybe I've been conditioned to think that dude spaces involve business. Oh my goodness, excuse me. My iced tea is like coming on up. So, yeah, again, nothing too exciting about the gym here. I just kind of throw in some treadmills, and I throw in like a boxing thing and and some exercise stuff. Again, nothing too fancy. I didn't want to go too crazy with the gym, and I decided to move on to the backyard here. So the only thing that I forget in this house is the trees. Originally, I had those like birch trees kind of go around the house, but I forgot to do that in the end. Mostly because I didn't really think about it. Sometimes there's just small things that I forget, and but yeah, I didn't go too crazy with landscaping. I haven't really been feeling the landscaping bug lately. I've just been sort of I'm more interested in doing the outsides of houses and doing the like interiors and stuff like that. Not too much with landscaping right now. If I'm doing like for example my two-door house that I did, then I'm so for landscaping when it's messy, but I'm not really like too keen on the very straight and clean sort of landscaping. I find a lot of the times I'm very unsatisfied with it, and I always end up wanting to go crazy and doing all this sort of stuff, but I held myself back. And I throw in a pool because you gotta have a pool. And I throw in that diving board because for some reason I just didn't know we had a diving board. I was actually watching like a Let's Play, and they had their Sims jump into like a diving board, and I was like, oh man, why don't I have a diving board in my game? I want a diving board, but I've had one all along. I had no idea. There's just some things that I forget that I have, and if I'm not looking for it or if I'm not scrolling down to go find it, I will completely forget that it's there. And yeah, I just do the outside lighting, and then I think I throw in a pool table, and yeah, and there I am. I'm putting in the mailbox, and I'm putting in the outdoor trash can, and then I go in and I do the indoor trash can. I'm so happy that I actually did the indoor trash can because I always forget, and I always forget the mailbox too. So there's always when I upload it to the gallery, that's when I always see that I've forgotten the mailbox, and I'm like, oh, curses. So I do a fun little like outdoor space, and it's nothing too like extravagant, but I wanted to make sure that it had like a lot of seating and a lot of a very like, I don't know, like how do I explain it? Like a hangout space, It's not just a place for like one sim, but it's great for like social sims. It's great for your party sims. It's great for your sims who are romantic sims, for example, and want to have a lot of people over, and they want to flirt with a lot of people, and because they're single. And yeah, so I throw those like little ottomans in there, and I just have that like cool little like lounge space. I don't know if they can actually sit down on them when I have the move objects, so they're all kind of like squished together, but I figured it was fine. But yeah, very great like lounge space, and I put in those little puffs around the swim pool just to create a little bit of like texture, just to make it look nice. But we're nearing the end here. We're getting close to the screenshots where I'm going to leave you for today. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate when people make comments and when they like my videos and stuff like that. It makes me know that I'm doing a good job. So feel free to like my video, and check out some of my other videos, and also feel free to subscribe to my channel. And yeah. And like I always say in my other videos, if you have any ideas for what you would like to see me build, or any ways that I can like improve maybe my builds as well, feel free to just leave a comment letting me know. And yeah, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later on this week with another build. Goodbye. I don't know why I said it like that. I'm sorry.